It started with a late-night phone call and ended in complete silence. On May 14th, 2008, a 19-year-old college student named Brandon Swanson vanished without a trace, in the middle of a phone call with his parents. No one has seen or heard from him since. But some locals say if you walk through the fields of Minnesota on a quiet night, you might still hear someone whispering for help.
Help me!
Today, we're going deep into one of the most chilling and mysterious disappearances of the modern era, the vanishing of Brandon Swanson. It was May 14th, 2008. Brandon Swanson had just attended a small celebration with friends near Canby, Minnesota. Around 1:30 a.m., while driving home alone, he accidentally drove his car into a ditch. Brandon was unharmed, but instead of panicking, he did something rational. He called his parents and told them he was okay, but he needed a ride. He said he was near the town of Lind, a few miles from home. His parents, Brian and Annette, immediately got in their car to pick him up. While they drove, Brandon stayed on the phone, describing landmarks and lights he could see in the distance. But when his parents arrived where he said he wasn't there. Still, the call continued. For 47 minutes, Brandon stayed on the line, calmly trying to guide his parents, saying things like, "I'm walking toward the lights, we should meet up soon." Then, suddenly, Brandon's voice changed. He said one final phrase, "Oh shit," and the call disconnected. That was the last time anyone heard from Brandon Swanson. At first, police didn't take the case seriously. It wasn't a crime scene. Brandon was a college kid. Maybe he ran away. Maybe he was just hiding. But his parents knew better. He wasn't troubled. He wasn't impulsive. He was responsible. A full-scale search began. Police dogs, helicopters, search teams. They eventually found his car, abandoned exactly where he said it was. But there were no footprints, no blood, no signs of a struggle, no phone. Search dogs followed his scent for about 3 miles. Then it suddenly vanished, as if he disappeared into thin air. So what could have happened? The dogs stopped near the Yellow Medicine River. Maybe Brandon slipped and drowned? But the river was shallow and thorough searches, including sonar, turned up nothing. No body, no clothes. Was he abducted? Murdered? But there were no tire marks, drag marks, or any indication of another person. Some locals believe that area is cursed, a dead zone, where people vanish. People claim to hear voices crying out for help at night, but when they search, there's no one there. Others believe Brandon may have unknowingly walked into a supernatural trap, something beyond our world. Brandon's parents recall every detail of that 47-minute call. His voice was calm, confident. He described walking past fences, dirt roads, and lights in the distance. But something about his last words still chills his parents. Oh shit. Was it fear? Did he fall? Did he see something? We may never know. To this day, the phone has never been recovered. His body has never been found. As of 2025, Brandon Swanson has been missing for 17 years. The case remains open. His parents have become advocates for missing persons legislation. In Minnesota, there's now a law named after him, Brandon's Law, which ensures that law enforcement takes missing adult cases seriously and acts immediately. Every year, volunteers still walk those fields, hoping, searching, but the silence remains. Was Brandon simply lost and taken by nature, or is there something more haunting behind the story? Why did the dogs lose the trail so suddenly? Why no evidence? No sound? No body? And what exactly made Brandon say those final words? Let us know what you think in the comments. Subscribe for more real-life mysteries, unsolved cases, and paranormal stories. It was supposed to be a fresh start, a new home, a quiet life, and a safe place to raise a family. But what if your dream house is already being watched? Not by security cameras, not by nosy neighbors, but by someone or something that have been waiting for years, just for you. This is a chilling, true story of the Watcher of Westfield, a real-life nightmare that began with a beautiful house and ended with fear, paranoia, and a mystery that's still unsolved. In June 2014, Derek and Maria Broadus bought their dream home, 657 Boulevard, Westfield, New Jersey. 6 bedrooms, a spacious lawn, a perfect neighborhood. Just 3 days after closing the deal, Derek checked the mailbox. Inside was a white envelope. No return address. Just a simple message, handwritten in ink. Dearest new neighbor at 657 Boulevard, allow me to welcome you to the neighborhood. My family has watched this house for decades, and now it is your turn. At first, they thought it was a prank, but within days, another letter arrived. This one knew everything. I see you've already moved in furniture. The windows let me see your daughter painting in the room upstairs. Do you need to fill the house with the young blood I requested? Have they found what's in the walls yet? The letters were signed. The watcher, the Broaduses, were terrified. How did this person know they had kids? How did they know which rooms were which? Who was watching them? And from where? They hadn't even moved in yet. They called the police, installed cameras, even hired private investigators. But nothing worked. The letters kept coming. One read, 657 Boulevard is anxious for you to move in. It has been the subject of my family for decades. The house is crying out for young blood. Derek and Maria stopped sleeping. They warned the previous owners and found out they too had received a letter, just one, before they sold the house. But they hadn't told anyone. The investigation deepened. Was it a neighbor? Someone jealous? A disturbed local? Or something else entirely? A forensic linguist studied the letters, but found no match. Derek created a list of suspects, but none had enough evidence. The watcher referenced generations of watching the house, saying things like, my grandfather watched this house in the 1920s, my father in the 1960s. Now it's my turn. Some neighbors even believed the house itself was cursed, that 657 Boulevard had a dark presence, that it used people to feed on fear. The Broaduses never moved in. Instead, they tried to sell the house. No one would buy it. Who would want a home that writes you letters? They even tried to demolish it, but the town rejected their request. They were stuck. Eventually, they rented the house out to new tenants, and that's when more letters arrived. One of them said, 657 Boulevard survived your assault. I am pleased to know your names now, and the names of the young blood you have brought. To this day, the identity of the watcher remains unknown. The case is still unsolved. The Broadus family moved on, but the trauma never left. And the house? It still stands. Silent, beautiful, waiting. Some say it was a stalker. Others say it was a ghost, or a presence bound to the house itself. But if you ever pass through Westfield, New Jersey, and see a house with white pillars at 657 Boulevard, don't stare too long, because someone might be watching you.